A planning inquiry started today to determine whether gypsies who were forced to leave an illegal camp can return to the area. The travellers have appealed against Solihull Council's decision to refuse permission for two temporary pitches next to a site they occupied for 3 years.
Well, Sarah Falkland has spent the day at the inquiry in Meriden. And Sarah, this is the latest in a series of planning wrangles involving the gypsies and the planning authority, isn't it?
Yeah, would you believe this is the third planning inquiry relating to this particular group of gypsies here in Meriden. As you say, this latest one opened here at the Social Club this morning. It's part of a 4-day hearing. And at the end of it, as you say, it's all about a piece of land, in fact, a makeshift car park near to the gypsies' old site.
The grass has barely grown over on this field in Eves Green Lane. The gypsies used to live here up until April, but now all attention is on this patch of land. Still in the green belt, this area of hardcore is where the gypsies would like to put 2 residential caravans for a temporary period of 12 months.
One of the proposed pitches would be for Sanger Townsley, who has cerebral palsy. The other for Gypsy spokesman Noah Burton's mother. He says the request for 12 months planning permission is just until the council get a permanent gypsy site at Damson Lane in Solihull up and running. But residents aren't convinced.
Well, they own the land, so they're perfectly entitled, like the rest of us, to put a planning application in. But I think it's an attempt basically to get a foothold on the land.
Well, we've enjoyed the last few months of peace and quiet, and we don't want it all to start again. We don't want the war to start again, we like the peace.
Their argument, though, in this latest inquiry will rest firmly on planning technicalities.
We're disappointed because it's going to spend a lot of time, taxpayers' money, examining the same issues which frankly have been done to death. This site floods quite significantly, particularly in the winter. It's cut off in the winter, there's no pedestrian paths, walkways, there's accidents on a single lane.
The development proposed is to change of use of land.
The inspector has already said that human rights and equality issues will be integral to this case. That could be a sign that she's going to be sympathetic to the gypsies' long-standing desire to live here. And that's something the residents of Meriden are finding difficult to contemplate. Well, it's worth pointing out that the inspector here, Diane Lewis, once she's heard all this evidence, can only make recommendations as to what should happen. This case has already been called in by the Minister, Eric Pickles. It's he who will have the final decision whether to fall in favour of the gypsies or Solihull Borough Council.
Sarah Falkland, thank you.